I just got some shelter. It's really bad. Total downpour, impossible to continue filming. Now there are some really tough old characters working in Montmartre, whether it's snowing or pouring with rain, whatever the conditions. Some artists will still climb the hill every day to exhibit their art. Now, in spite of the awful Easter weather, both artists and visitors to the Place du Tertre turned out in force.
Comme le lierre sur les...
This one is very good. Now, Aja is constructing it still. I mean, you've got it already. I mean, basically, it's there. It's from here. I mean, it's a question of how much he wants to put into it, because it's there. The likeness is there. The expression is there. The model is actually sitting quite well for a young man, and I think this is already a success. I mean, it can only get better. Now, Aja has a great palette. He's a great colorist. I'd like to identify a few of his favorite pencils, like this one, a very pale pink, which he uses a lot. This is his go-to pencil for the illuminated areas of the face. And this one, especially this one. Now, instead of using dark brown, which can be a bit muddy, he uses this for the shadows in the nose and mouth area. It's a lovely purple color. There are seeds because it's quite cool, but it creates very convincing shadows. As for pastel sticks, Aja has a handful in his armory. The importance is the covering power and the color. The brand is of no particular importance. He'll use these for flesh tones, but also for the areas like the hair and the clothing and the background, because there's this great covering power. This is the little creamy yellow he uses quite a bit. No idea what brand it is, but don't worry too much about brands. Worry about the color you're getting. This is a very dark pastel pencil from China. The equivalent of this would be probably a pit pastel made by Faber-Castell. Their blacks are really, really dark and rich. Now, Aja seems to use this double-ended pencil for everything. It's his go-to utility pastel pencil. It's double-ended. This end of it is Otello. I'll have to find out what it is. I don't know. It's really something he uses for everything. Now, if you can figure out the reference number of this mystery Otello, drop a comment. This is a Conte à Paris 049. Almost everybody has got this one in their toolkit. It's the perfect pink, and it will come in handy for all warm areas of the face. Now, it's essential that the hair area is loose and lively and treated in a broad, painterly kind of way. And the best way to do this is use pastel sticks rather than pencils, and to use them in conjunction with a good old air stomp blender, which is what this is. This one is heavily charged with pigment. They're made of compressed paper, very cheap. We'll be back to see Ajar's color work shortly, but I can see something happening. It's time for a dramatic change of style.
That is fantastic. Samuel, c'est magnifique. Now you can see he's sitting the model on a higher chair, so you're getting this incredible upwards look, which is very original, and it really works well, and the speed of it is astonishing. This is such a good example of Samuel's new style. I'm trying to get the angle. It's difficult. I have to get down. Fantastic. Bravo.
It's a good one, right?
It's very good. This you
love it.
Very free.
I love that. Yes,
It's
I love
very
the word.
free work. It's very difficult to draw like this. It's a sign of someone who knows what he's doing. Very difficult. How long has it been working?
No more than 15 minutes.
It's incredible.
Yes. Like 12 minutes.
Are you next?
You're next? She's
Bravo.
next.
Now the lady in the display drawing is looking downwards, the complete opposite of this man who's sitting on a high chair. Just by changing the height of the sitter's chair, you might get a better viewpoint.
The structure of the face is fantastic. It's sculptural. It's perfect. It looks three-dimensional. It looks entirely believable. So lucky to see that today.
Este es muy diferente al caso. Me gusta. Muy libre.
This drawing is alive. It breathes. Amazing work. I just love this free, sketchy kind of style, and it's done with tip pencils by Faber-Castell. Now Samuel's style has evolved over the years. His sanguine drawings were always a delight, but here he's found a new maturity, a new level altogether.
Now, this is someone we've seen before. This is the maestro. Bravo.
Stefan!
Tu vas mettre un deuxième? Oui. Oui. Look at some of the models. Exceptional.
Today I don't do the one light away.
What I like about it is there's always a slightly different angle to the face. No two drawings are the same. He doesn't repeat himself. This one at the bottom you can see almost in profile. Stefan does work in profile quite a lot. But this is traditional three-quarter view. Actually very difficult to draw with a felt tip. because obviously you can't make corrections with this. I've said that before. Various different sizes of liner. That's kind of logical, because you want to kind of indicate the fleshy areas with a very fine line, and of course the hair, you just need that thicker pen. And also he's using the thicker pen to define the face, to go and get the angles right, just to reinforce certain areas. Oh, he uses the side of it. Can you see that? That's interesting. You can use the side to get a slightly fine line, even with a big fat thing like that. That I never noticed before. This is, I think, the Sakura felt tip that Stefan uses a lot. And when he puts... it's coming to the end, I think. A lot can change by the way you hold the crayon. If you hold it to the side, you get a finer line. Much in the same way as when you do using graphite. Use graphite on the side, you get finer lines. But classically, in this cross-hatching technique, he's building up the values nicely. The blacks are black, and it's very dramatic. This wouldn't look good if the values weren't respected. I like to think of those lines which go around the outside. For example, you can see it clearly here. You can also see it there. They're construction lines, basically. I mean, he's not just putting them in for fun. They actually help him to find his proportions in a way. Except the journey is not hidden. Now, mostly when you're drawing and you have these construction lines, you'll rub them out or you'll get rid of them. Here, the voyage is evident. You see where he started, you see where he's ending. And the journey is sometimes even more interesting than the result. Lovely drawing. Interested to see how the next one goes. I like the easel. It's a very cleverly constructed easel. It's just a camera tripod with the board stuck on it. Very lightweight, but very solid. It's often a lot of wind. There's been a lot of wind here, so trying to hold that is impossible. I hold my drawings, and after a while, you just get too tired. You need a second easel. And that easel is perfect. This is Shao drawing, and he's been a very good artist for many years drawing him. And I've never filmed him. So now I've got a chance to film Shao.
Now, this is the first model in a double portrait. There will be a second portrait shortly. But we missed the beginning of this, so I'm going to fast forward to the beginning of the second go, just so you can see how he starts his drawing. So Zhao has drawn in a very quick outline in white, and now he's using a quite thick pastel stick to block in the main white areas, lighter areas where the sun is hitting the face. He's doing it quite roughly. There's no obvious resemblance yet, and there doesn't need to be but he is looking, of course, for a certain coherence in terms of proportion. He's also thinking a great deal now about placement, composition, because this second face has to integrate. It has to cohabit the space without the whole thing looking awkward or ugly. Now this layer of white pastel is just an undercoat. He will now adjust it and refine it until the total gradations are perfected and the likeness is captured just as it was in the first portrait. And now we can return to that first portrait.
An estampe, very charged, very heavily charged estampe. This is he's very bold there. He'll lighten that up later, obviously. Again, another estampe. It's just to draw with. You can see you can draw with these stumps. It's not a pencil; it's a stump. But it's well charged with pastel. You're using pastel, huh? Pastel.
Pastel.
Oui, oui, pastel. Fusain, jamais, non?
Parce que le crayon il a choisi ça là.
Ah, d'accord.
Je préfère le Fusain, mais il a choisi ça.
Ça va. Very good structure. Very good structure. This is a very good artist.
And he's very popular too. This style, and people go crazy about it. It's incredible, even after all these years. Everybody else is trying to go with the latest fashion, which is white paper, but this guy sticks to his guns. He's been doing this for years and it's still successful. Good luck to him. The transition from one tone to another is very carefully suggested, and that's why you get this very smooth, slick effect with no texture at all.
I'm waiting for the blonde hair to come in, but that would come later. Just look at the model. It's difficult to see both. I can't really frame it with both, but you can see there, she's there. Very good work. It's a very competent technician, this guy. There are so many different styles here. I mean, we all have our preferences, but I think the important thing is that the likeness is there. I mean, it's a portrait, so there has to be some likeness. I think that is what the criteria. I don't think you could sit here and do Picasso's Weeping Woman style painting and get away with it, you know.
So as you can see, he's pretty much covered the hair in black and now adds the white. As for the face, he blocked everything in with white and added the darks. That's how this method works. There is little or no use of the mid-tone paper. Now the artist has anchored everything around that first eye and the nose. Now it's pretty much all done, but he has to get that second eye in and make it work. It's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle system, getting one eye in and making everything fit around it. But this is a tricky bit because that second eye can sometimes cause problems.
Now he's getting that eye and it's nicely placed. He's still adjusting, you can see he's still adjusting.
Pastel is actually a very forgiving medium. You can correct things, you can smudge it and rearrange things. It's not like watercolor. It's not like pen and ink. It's a very agreeable material to work with. And if you're using this kind of style, you need have no fear. You'll get there in the end.
Into the smile. That's it. Now that really looks like the eye now. Just needed that top lid. The eyes are so important. I mean, always it's the focal point. That comes with a little bit of blue. Well, I think my batteries are going to be running low soon. There's always that magic moment when that highlight comes in. She's got lovely eyes. Very nice, beautifully drawn. It's done, huh? That is too quick. Another one. So we missed the other one. Never mind. We caught this one almost at the beginning. Where are you from?
Bali.
Bali. It's lovely. You're from paradise.
Everywhere is paradise. This is paradise as well.
No. Not with the weather we've been having.
Yes.
This is
Tu veux qu'il te montre le dessin terminé? Le dessin à l'intérieur?
il a mis dans le rouleau, je n'ose pas demander.
Moi je peux. If you want, I can show for the video the portrait. I did a few.
But you rolled it up. Okay. Oh, mais c'est gentil. I missed the other one.
pour la composition.
Thank you.
J'essaie de composition because voilà,
Oh, I think he's really one of the best.
We're lucky to
No, you chose a good artist. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, wow. 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 Are you happy with it? Of course you are. Bravo.
make a very
That's a really super. Bravo, Stefano. That's you, right, Jeremy? No, he never gets it right. He's progressed so much.
You can see the drawing on the other side because it's a rice paper.
This is rice paper, yeah.
So the
The-
ink goes through the paper. It's
It
interesting to see.
impregnates the paper a little bit, but there's no worries because that when it's framed, you don't see that. Why do you use the rice paper? In fact,
Because the paper, the ink is dry very faster, very quick.
okay, so the drying time is
The paper drink the ink and it's very
absorbent, isn't it?
absorbent.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting also, like the feelings, the sensation to draw on the rice paper.
Doesn't it use up more ink?
Much more.
Well, it
yeah.
costs you money then, huh?
That-
It's not a
yeah.
cheap alternative.
No, it's
No.
not. The paper I use, it's yes, I'll show you the paper. Sketchbooks.
Oh, this is German.
It's paper for Japanese
Yeah.
ink painting, and I use Japan pen.
Yeah. It's a good paper, this. Excellent paper.
Professional.
This is spot on. Spot on, isn't it? Perfect. Huh?
Yeah.
It looks just like.
amazing.
How old is your son? Let's just have a look at him. Very good. You know, I think also what Stefan does, and it's very difficult to do with ink,
Yeah, that's correct.
is he captures a little bit of the soul, you know? Now, I hate to use that word because it's overused. But to do that with oil paint, you can. It's possible. To do that with such a tough medium as ink,
You know,
it's just very difficult.
I know. I mean, like, we are very lucky because we find a very good painter
Yes.
and a very good narrator. So,
I tell you why I started doing this. There are on this square authorized artists and some who are not authorized walking around doing some very bad work. And so the reason for beginning to do this was to show how good the authorized artists are,
Yeah.
or the majority of them.
yeah.
Because there are some authorized artists who are not that good either. It's a wonderful square.
It is.
You choose the right people to have your portrait drawn. It's perfect. It's a perfect.
Everyone is very good at what they're doing.
Excellent choix.
Yeah,
They're all very good, but
there are different styles. Luckily, there's a choice, isn't there?
yeah.
There's variety, and it means there's someone for everyone.
yes.
You may not have the same choice as someone else. I don't want to say this bad work. I want to say this different
All
work.
are good.
Yeah, but I think some people capture likeness better than others, and he gets the likeness very well. But most of the artists here now, we've all grown old together almost. You can see that most are bald. You see, I'm bald. Most are grey.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the young ones actually, just a baby.
That's why different style.
No, you've got more energy, you know. we're half dead, 1 foot in the grave, most of us. Now, there you see, he's talking about the sun.
J'ai regardé la météo avant d'arriver.
We've had most terrible weather. And you see there, over there, there's a funny thing called the sun.
Yeah.
It came out. I don't want to kill my camera. And it's a souvenir.
Yep.
It's nice to take that. No, wait a minute. It could even become an investment. You take it home one day.
In this
This guy could
quality,
be-
this is not souvenir. This is art.
One day this could be worth a lot of money. People don't even realize that. They think it's a souvenir.
Now, after I see what he done, it's not souvenir.
No, no.
It's art.
Very, 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 very skillful. Okay, maybe I should move along and see if there's anybody else. I'll come back and see you later. Bravo, Steph. Bravo, bravo.
Mueve mucho, señor. Like it, David.
This is really good. I have nothing to say. As usual, this is good work.
Now, this is a color that Haja uses a lot, especially in the nose and mouth area, sometimes the eyes as well. It's a kind of alizarin crimson color that he uses to create lively shadows. These aren't muddy shadows at all, but the color is cool and it does recede, and the 3D effect of the nose and mouth is very convincing. Again, we're keeping that hair really lively, using very broad strokes, no drawing any individual hairs, none of that nonsense, just blocking it in. And you're going to see later he's going to get those amazing highlights in.
When the sun comes, is it okay?
In the summer, it's difficult.
It's difficult in the sun. You prefer the other place when we filmed you before on the corner?
Well, the place is better.
Better there.
Your place is very good. China.
Il y a du vent, là vous pouvez refermer vos...
Children are not easy, but this young man is posing very well. He's very quiet, very nice tempered chap who's really giving the artist 100%.
No te duermas. Gorda.
Let's just have another look at young fellow here. Oh, that's nice with that color. That brings it alive. There's some nice light on top of the head. That really brings it alive. Great. Hombre.
Ciérrate la chamarra.
No puedo, papá, yo estoy gritando.
Rivera. ¿Conoce? Sí. Cambia conmigo. Señor. Ernesto Rivera. ¿Conoce?
There we go, coming to the ears.
Espera, espera. ¿Qué pasa? Tú, muy frío.
You speak Spanish. Ah, Aja?
Yes.
You speak Italian, Spanish, English?
Every language.
My God.
¿Qué pasa, señor?
¿Qué, mi amor? Después de esto nos vamos a comer, ¿no? Sí, mi corazón.
Okay, please move. Because if you stay here, I mean,
¿Por qué no me traje la bufanda? Dios mío?
Ernesto, por favor, no te muevas. Mire este lado. Sí.
Wait, ferma.
¿Mía falta poco?
Está quedando muy guapo. Dale Dale al señor el tiempo que él necesita, hijo.
Sí, sí.
No lo apures, porque si no... Vale.
Espera, no te muevas. Esto es muy importante.
Allá. Allá.
Oui.
La jouer.
Non, attends.
Finis ça, d'accord?
Ok,
Après,
ok, ok. Non. 5 chevaux et court, mais pas quinté. Hein. Dans la quinté, toujours entre... Ouais. Non, tu ne peux pas, même 5, tu ne vas pas trouver le gagnant.
Que me voy a enfermar literalmente.
Tranquilo. Te vas a enfermar.
Yo digo que si me voy a enfermar.
Does he like to draw as well? Huh? He draws? Your son? Does he like to? Ok. Comment demander est-ce que le petit il aime dessiner?
Ernesto, ¿tú pintas un poquito?
Dibujas, sí, dibujas bonito, ¿verdad?
Ah, sí.
Sí,
Ah,
muy pintar, muy bien tú.
Pinto bonito también.
¿Ah?
Pinto bien también. Uy,
Il aime bien.
tengo mucho frío,
Dessiner, hein?
Dios.
he likes to draw, huh?
Yeah, he likes.
Who's your favorite artist, Ernesto?
Ernesto, il tuo artista preferito?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci is a genie. Bravo. It's a good choice.
Es una buena elección.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué Leonardo da Vinci?
Que pinta la Mona Lisa.
Ah, okay.
It paints a Mona Lisa.
He paint Mona Lisa. He speaks English.
He speaks English. You like the Mona Lisa? Bravo. You've been to the Louvre, no?
¿Tú conoces Louvre?
No, pero mañana vamos a ir.
Mañana?
Mañana.
Demain.
Tomorrow they're going to the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa. The face with the special smile. And the eyes that follow you around the room. Kind of freaky.
This one too, huh? Follow you.
he follows you all over.
Mami, ¿ya crees que mi iPad se haya cargado así, no?
Sí, mi amor, vos seguilo mirando al señor. Hijo.
Está bueno. ¿Es mi gorrito?
No, hijo.
Look at how courageous that, using that.
Pero si la cabeza ya la
And for the tone, that's important.
No, hijo, no.
Just to get your values right, be courageous enough to get values right. Put darks in where there are darks. It really makes the picture punch out. Muy bien. Bravo.
Gracias, señor.
Bravo, Ernesto.
Sí, viste que tengo gente, ¿verdad?
Sí, mi amor, tenés público.
Tengo público.
I'm just softening that coat a bit because, black color is always a bit, it's got to be careful with black. It's a kind of very, it can make a painting a little bit dirty. So it's a color to be used in moderation. I've said that before. In fact, it's it's important to have that body rather than just a face floating in the air. It really makes the drawing. There has to be that. Bravo, Ernesto. Presque finito. C'est pas loin dernier les final touches.
Hein? Ya termino.
Bueno, termino.
Ya terminé.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Bravo, Ernesto.
Merci beaucoup.
come and look and see a masterpiece. Oh,
Che Guevara.
Che Guevara.
¿Tú conoces Che Guevara?
El Che Guevara sí, pero no.
Ernesto Che Guevara.
No, por mi papá.
Muy bien.
Por mi papá,
Oui.
no por Che Guevara. Decirle,
It's good. Come on, have a look.
Treyoli.
Viens, viens, viens.
Vente.
Ven.
Ahora vente. A ver.
Bravo. That's it, madam.
No,
Gracias.
¿va a subirlo a la... al
Yes,
canal?
YouTube.
Mira, ahí. Ponete.
No, te donne la...
Ay,
Gracias.
gracias, merci beaucoup. A ver ahí al lado, ponete al lado del...
You like it? You like it?
¿Te gustó?
What's that? Ah, bravo.
A ver, ponete al...
Ok, te digo.
Come, I'm sorry. I'm always coming too late. Wow, they're really good.
Personally, I prefer when it's single. The portrait, there is more.
You prefer to do a single portrait? Why?
C'est plus homogène, enfin sur un portrait individuel, c'est.
Non, mais je trouve magnifique.
Après la composition, c'est comme ça, looking in the same direction.
I like it. I like the way you do it. I think that's great. It's really good. I think you're lucky. You're happy with it, huh?
Very happy. It's
Okay.
more- it's better than what I expected to be.
No, I'm going to do a
You can always pay him more, you know.
I'm hoping that with good words.
Don't worry. Enjoy your stay in Paris,
Thank you very much.
and maybe see you in Bali. I hope. Okay. We've got Tuan here at work. Tuan's fantastic drawing, black and white. We saw in the last video his color work. He's also doing work on white paper, and this is just sensational. Wow, beautiful eyes, incredible. You like it? You like it? Good? Bravo. Ça va?
Bienvenue mon ami.
Comment vas-tu?
Ça va bien David.
Bon, ok.
Bien.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? Noir et blanc?
Noir et blanc.
D'accord.
Rien de spécial.
I like Christos' color work, but we'll see him doing a monochrome drawing here. He hasn't been coming. Oh, it's a double portrait. You speak English? Okay, where are you from? Oh, Holland. Good. It's almost as cold here as it is in Holland. I think this is going to be a double portrait, obviously, because the artist is starting on the right-hand side, leaving space for the lady who's probably going to come in. She's the one there, going to come in the left-hand side. And maybe even a baby, I'm not sure.
You're from Holland, eh? Nice country, I love it.
Yeah, it has these nice places.
Nice people.
We live 20 minutes above Amsterdam.
Oh, Amsterdam special city, eh?
Yeah. But Paris is more special, I think.
Oh, different, eh?
Yeah.
Every city,
Yeah.
every nation has the beauties, the good and the bad, you know,
Yeah.
like everywhere, you know.
That's right. Ja, het is ook nog nooit gedaan, hè,
It's looking good. It's the proportions are there, but look, I can see him. It's coming out of the paper.
als je dat niet gewild had, dan...
He's making you look much more handsome than you are.
Heel mooi.
Ashtik mooi.
Yeah, heel mooi.
Is it air mooi or ashtik mooi? Which same thing?
It can be both.
Can be both.
And you be both.
Yeah, hartstikke mooi is very beautiful.
For
Very-
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
En heel mooi is beautiful.
Beautiful also.
We're just gonna switch across to see another technique. This one, who's kind of very softly indicated the proportions. And then sort of smudged it out, and now he's redefining it over there.
Now, this very careful smudging creates a half tone, but he can still use putty rubber to pick out highlights if he wants to.
Bravo, Toine, c'est bon. Non, non, vraiment.
En ce moment, non.
C'est vraiment magnifique.
Nee, maar dan snap ik ook niet. Dat is prima.
Dit is haar ding.
Je suis très content, je suis à côté des gens, des artistes civilisés.
Oui,
Ça, c'est très important.
oui.
Tu vois, le voisinage agréable.
Your neighboring
Very
artist is
important.
very important. Because
Nice,
you've got
good artists, relaxed,
good artists, a nice atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah.
Neighbors, and they're perfect neighbors. So. And we've got Tuan next door who just gets on with his work, does it in a very competent way, and never bothers anybody. For Samuel, who's doing this amazing drawing over there in his new style, this kind of head up in the air style, which is quite amazing. I just see if I can get the model. This is such a classical way of doing things. And he's sitting very low, sitting very, very low in the chair. The model is very high, so he gets this very unusual angle, which is actually quite difficult to draw. Very good art from this guy. Very good art here. Actually, I see Christos better from this side because his hand doesn't cover the the face. Look at that over there. I mean, you've got very good artists working together.
Hij is nog bezig.
Ah, give him food. That's the answer. This. I'm interested in seeing how the little one is going to go. The mummy's going to be okay. So we have the husband and the beautiful wife, now the baby. And he's decided to use a photograph, of course, because I think at that age it's a little bit difficult to draw a moving target. Bravo toi, Anna. Where are you from?
Moi, je parle français.
Vous êtes français
Oui,
alors?
on est français. On vient de Bretagne.
C'est les Bretons.
Ouais, c'est les Bretons.
C'est plus beau ici que...
Ah, on est pareil.
Ah, c'est pas...
C'est
Parce que
pareil.
vous avez eu les tempêtes
Oui,
récemment.
tout à fait. Ouais. Ah oui, ça a bien soufflé.
Vous êtes sur le côte carrément?
Oui, on est sur une île. Quand même.
Very good. C'est excellent. Good lighting, huh? So it's a good definition for the face. I like the light when it comes from left-hand side. Good directional lighting. The model is saying like a rock.
Well, here light is very changing.
Sorry?
The light changes all the time here. From in the morning it's different.
Yeah, I get it. The light does change, but
Yeah, but we adapt ourselves.
the light actually changes for everybody. Place du Tertre, I mean, people don't realize the conditions we have to work under. Lighting changes all the time. Here, it's quite pleasant. But in summertime here, sometimes the sun is just too bright. It hits the paper, reflects off the paper and hits you right in the eye, and that can be all day long. It's not fun. You can't have it. You can't have it. Also, it's not fun for the model because they got the sun almost they're almost cooking there, you know, sitting there in the sun for about 45 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on the artist. I really like that style. But evolved. It's a different style. She is posing so well. I mean, this is the model of the day. Huh? You're taking the model of the day prize. What is her name? Oh, this one as well. Okay.
This is Stella.
Stella here. And this one?
This is Emma.
Emma. Okay. Bravo, Tino. Tino's doing a very sweet drawing here of this lovely girl. You guys from the States? Yeah. Tino's been working here many, many years. Very experienced artist. Always gives 100%. Have a look on this side. Those eyes are always, we try and make a feature of the eyes. You can see that's looking good. She's very fast, actually, Marie. Didn't know. I didn't know you were so quick.
Yeah, I'm quicker than
Very decisive. You don't use cashew paper.
no, not anymore. Yeah.
You can't find it because I bought it all.
Yeah,
No.
I have it.
Actually, grey is good.
I have it at home, but it's too hard to get it. No, in the end, it doesn't change anything.
No, the grey is fine. You just need a neutral tone.
You have to start with the. You have to start
With flesh tones.
with the. I start with ochre.
Yeah.
Like cashew, you know.
Yeah. And actually, it's a good idea because it's movable a bit. It kind of.
Yeah, it is.
It's looking good. It's always delicate to draw the teeth. I mean, she's
Right,
very
just,
courageous.
Like everything else, it's
Very-
light and shadow. So.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of people are scared.
Yeah, but don't.
A lot of artists don't want to put teeth in because it's.
Because they think about it.
Yeah.
I
But
don't think when I draw, I don't think.
absolutely.
about it.
One of the problems of amateur artists is they have an idea of something in their head, like they
So,
think
yeah,
of
so
a.
they have to do it.
They have an idea of what an eye looks like, or it could be just a shoe. And
Yeah, everything is the same.
I mean, basically, when professional artists or portraitists are working, they're not thinking in terms of nose, eye, mouth. They're thinking in terms of shapes.
It's shapes.
And they are putting that together, and they're looking at proportions. It's a very kind of abstract process, and that's why when it's finished you get a kind of resemblance. If you've got an idea in your head of what a mouth looks like or what a nose looks like, and you're using that idea, your personal idea, every time, you're going to just draw the same portrait every time. So it's all about observation. And
What is in front of you?
But-
What is in front of you?
Yes, exactly.
You don't think.
Exactly. It could be a potato.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful little.
It's a
girl.
very beautiful potato, but but that's the principle we're trying to explain. There's one technique that everybody knows about because it came from a very famous book called, what was it called? Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And one of the exercises was to turn, for example, you're drawing a photograph, you turn it upside down and you draw the photograph upside down.
Yeah, that's it.
And that is the principle of all kinds of drawing. You don't draw your idea. You draw what the shapes and the angles and all the abstract things, in fact, which are there. Wow, coming nice, very quick. That's a great pencil. That what is that?
They are.
Is it Derwent?
No, it's what's the name of it? Comment il s'appelle le Suisse?
Carandache.
Carandache.
Elle fait des crayons magnifiques comme ça.
Des crayons magnifiques.
Oh, purée, c'est vraiment super. She is so pretty. Nearly finished. We got there back in time with these lovely Carandache pencils. That's a good tip for pastel users.
Yeah, Carandache do an excellent range of pastel pencils, but try to buy individual pencils rather than buying the box sets. They're very expensive.
Let's zoom in a bit. Finished. What a lovely drawing. Is everybody happy? I think we got the thumbs up. Marina, which is looking really good. Tobias.
And his twin brother is Valentine.
Okay.
Valentine.
Nice names.
Thank you.
What do you think? You like it? No, it's good.
Very good.
Good
She's
work.
very good. We were here with her a few years ago.
Yeah, and you came back.
Yeah, we came back.
Yeah.
And then it was only him and me, so now it's his brother also.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You got the whole family there now. And you know what? It's so good. You're getting them at this age, and they will change so fast.
Yes.
And you will always have this memory.
Yes, I'm getting this one in a list. So nice.
It's beautifully posed. Beautifully composed, I should say.
More children posing here for Hajar, and very wisely he's decided to take a photograph. You just have to use your common sense when children are very, very young, and because they're not always going to be able to sit still. In this situation, the artist decided to take a photograph and draw from the photograph. So this is an option because we now have smartphones which take excellent photographs. So why not use technology when it's available? Back in the day, this would not have been possible, and we would have to draw from life with probably much less precise results.
I'm glad we have got this because it's so. I'm glad we're here to film this one because graphite is so rarely used, unfortunately, and it's a shame. It's a very good medium. We all started out doing our drawings with graphite. And it's a lovely medium. It may not be as spectacular as pastel or charcoal, but the finesse and the subtlety that you can get from graphite is quite exceptional, and you can't do it with anything else.
Now it's incredibly faint. You can see the outline drawing that the artist made at the beginning of the portrait. You can even see the pupil of one eye there to indicate where the second eye is going to be. Now he's going through the whole thing and reinforcing the preliminary drawing.
The light is very dark now because it's raining and suddenly the weather has changed a bit. The meteo has not been kind. The weather gods have not been kind to the artist this Easter.
Now, he's been using a selection of different pencils. The general principle is that if you want a really intense black, then you would use a softer pencil. If you want to do some very light shading, you would use a harder pencil, an H or even harder. It's amazing though what you can do with just a simple HB pencil or a B pencil. You don't need to complicate things that much.
Vraiment chiant le temps. Such a good drawing as well. It makes you realize how difficult it is. Oh God, this is too much.
Now at this point I have to run for shelter because I'm getting absolutely wet. But I do manage to get back to see the finishing touches of the drawing.
Well, we're back. In spite of the conditions, artists don't give up that easy. Now the problem he's fighting with here now, and this is the worst thing when you're using graphite, is of course the paper is slightly damp and there is humidity in the air. And the paper is absorbing that humidity. That's difficult. You can't imagine how difficult it is to work under these conditions. This is part and parcel of the Place du Tertre. We're working in an outdoor studio, and this is what we have to fight with. Now you've got to be very careful because if that pencil hits a wet area, it's going to make a nasty mark. So it's all very delicate. As you can see, there is it's spot on the likeness. Then there's no distortion, no areas that just look out of proportion and just look wrong. He's a good draftsman. I actually came here today to film his work with alcohol markers. Unfortunately, it was not to be, but there'll be another opportunity for that. Under these conditions, my goodness, what a job. Of course, the client is completely undercover, nice and warm in her studio there, while the artist is, well, at least the back of him is getting wet, and I'm getting wet, and my camera's getting wet on my telephone. Luckily, the telephones now are water resistant, so I'm hoping this Samsung holds up. You can see that with a beautiful mat framed up. A lovely painting to hang in any room. The thing about graphite, you can hang it anywhere. Any kind of black and white work, it hangs so well. You don't have to have a special decor in your living room. This will fit anywhere. Bravo, Molly. Come and have a look at this lovely wood. I want to smile into the camera, please. Smile, there we go. You're happy with it?
It's very good.
Good.